So today let's take a look at what we call Kuʻa, Pepeke Kuʻa. What it means here, first of all, Pepeke, because you have the normal sentence structure. And in addition to that, you add what's called a dependent clause. That the Kuʻa in of itself or by itself is not a sentence. Yeah, so this is a phrase, it's a verb phrase that is attached to a sentence. So if we look at the example we have here, e hele mai, I ike pono wau I ko mau maka. Meaning that this, as a verb phrase, is attached to the actual sentence, or to the po, as you would say, of the sentence. E hele mai, yeah, come hither, come in this direction. Now the I ike pono wau I ko mau maka, that is what we call a Kuʻa. Okay, so let's look at some examples of what these Kuʻa are. So the Kuʻa are not, again, they're not a po. Yeah, there are dependent clauses, verb dependent clauses that are attached. Now, in many ways, they're like maka painu. And the way they are like maka painu in that it does mark painu. It attaches itself to a painu, it fronts a painu. But they are not verb markers in the traditional sense that you think of as we use verb markers. Yeah? They're their own kind of markers. Okay, so let's look at the meanings of these. So the first one we have here, I painu piko. The word I. This I means in order to, as a means to, so that, as a way to, and it's a very strong so. So if you think about it in English, open your books so you can see the answers. Say it again, so I understand. In order that, as a means to, as a way to. Yeah. So, and just like a pepeke painu, you notice it's followed by a painu. So this is key. It's always followed by a painu. It's always followed by a painu. Now the piko of that painu may or may not be there. Yeah, especially if the piko is the same piko as what's understood. But you always will have the painu. So there's example here. E hele mai, come. I ike pono. To see correctly. Who's going to see? I. So that I see. What am I going to see? Your face or your eyes. I should say your eyes here. Yeah? Come. Come closer. Come towards me. E hele mai. I ike pono wau. So that, in order to, as a way to, see correctly your eyes. Yeah, and that's what we call a Kuʻa. Now the second Kuʻa, which is really the same Kuʻa, is what you would call the negative. Yeah, it's the opposite meaning. I, so that, so would, in order that. I ole e, and you notice the word ole, that's actually being used as the verb here, as not to, as a way not to, as a means not to. So would not, so should not. I ole e. And same thing, it's followed by a painu, and of course, a possible piko. So let's look at the example. E hana I kahavina. E hana I kahavina. Do the homework. I ole e. So would not, in order not, as a means not. The teacher be mad at you. In other words, do the homework so the teacher would not be mad. Yeah? Be mad, would not be mad at you. So, again, real simple. We're in the top one. This is that positive. So that would not. Real simply. Yeah? I maupopo yaʻoe, so you understand. I ole e maupopo yaʻoe, so you don't understand. I nui ke kala. So there's a lot of money. I ole e nui ke kala, so there won't be a lot of money. Okay. So that's the first Kuʻa. The second ku'a is the word o that's used here. And this o has a meaning which, would be in the sense of or else, as a consequence. What we say in Pidgin, bambai, lest. Yeah? Don't run, bambai you fall. Don't run, lest you fall. Mai holo oi, o hina. Don't run, lest you get hurt. Mai holo oi, o eha. So think of this o sound very much like the idea of, or else. Yeah, this will be the consequence. Now this or, this is not the kind of A or B. This is not that kind of or. Yeah, not that kind of or. Not a choice kind of or. This is the kind of or more in the sense of or else, bambai. Yeah, so the example we see, mai hana pela, don't do it like that. Don't do it that way. O eha, or else sore, or eha. What's going to be sore? Kolima, lest your hand be hurt from the knife. Yeah. Again, and so that idea. Common mistakes. People will say things like aiole. Because aiole is the A or B kind of meaning of or. So the common mistake, of course, is to replace the idea of aiole just like in English. But again, that's a different kind of or. The one we're talking about is the or else one, bambai. Okay, so that's the second. The third and really common ku'a is the a. And this is found in many, many uses. Yeah. Commonly, words like a pao, until all, until total, until completed. A pa, until firm, until pa. Yeah. Hana a pa. Do it until it's pa. Ahiki. For example, like ahiki Maui. Until, again, the word means until, as far as, all the way, reach to Maui. Yeah. So this next one, has that real strong idea of until. Yeah. E kalioi, wait, e kalioi. A kanikapele, until the bell sounds, until the bell rings. Wait, and in English you say wait until the bell rings. Now, as I was taught also by the kupuna, the way to stress the idea of it being a long time or a long distance, like a long until. For example, if I said, ʻŌlelo Hawaiʻi, mai wailuku, hiki ihana. So I'm going to stress out that elongate that sound with the idea that it's a long distance or a long time. Yeah. Mai kamokopuni o Kauai, hiki I kamokopuni o Hawaii. Yeah. E kali oi, kanikapele. So when you elongate the sound of that yeah, has a sense of distance. Now, that's why in some older texts, and I used to do this also, I'd write down, whenever I wanted to express that idea of a long until, I actually use the kako because that's the sound that is produced. That is a ku'a. In fact, every time you say na mea a pao, that is a ku'a. The things, which things? Until all of them. Until their totality. Na mea a pao. Yeah. When you hear the phrase, mahalo a nui loa. Mahalo a nui loa. Yeah, show appreciation until there's a lot of it. Or in English, you might say, thank you very much. In Hawaiian, mahaloa nui loa. Yeah. Sometimes you have words like huli. To go seek for something, huli. Go look for it until you find it. Huli aloa. That's how we have that phrase, huli aloa. Go look for it until it is found, until it's gotten. Huli aloa. Okay, and the last ku'a is the word ke. This ke has multiple meanings, but generally what it means is when in the future. So this is a kind of when in the future, only in the future. It also has the idea of whenever, like whenever, yeah. Ke hele wau I ke kula. When I go to school in the future, or whenever I go to school. Ke hele wau I ke kula. And the final meaning, it has this kind of sense of if and when also. Kind of maybe not sure. Yeah, but this idea that more in the sense of the when. Like, when you come to my house, sometimes in English I might say, hey, if you come to my house, bring me some food. So in English sometimes I'll say, if you come to my house, but it's not really a kind of if, it's more like a when. Like, I know you're going to come. It might not be today, but you're going to come eventually. So we use the word ke also. Ke hele o I kale, e lawe mai I ka mea ai. So, and the last example we look at, I koʻa kamali, in my younger times, in my youth. Ke huhu o papa, whenever papa was angry, if and when papa got angry, when papa gets angry, maka'u mako, we are afraid. So, and that's basically the ku'a. So again, to remember, the ku'a are always followed by a painu. Always followed by a painu. So whether it's I, whether it's o, whether it's a or ke, always followed by a painu, and it may include a piko, depending on the so-called context. Okay, so whether I say I pauka pilikia, so that the trouble is over, o pauka pilikia, bambai the trouble shall be over, a pauka pilikia, until the trouble is over, or ke pauka pilikia, when the trouble is over. You can clearly see, just by changing the ku'a, you can express a lot of things. Have a nice day. Aloha.